Alright, hi everyone. I'm going to try something a little different. We may do it semi-regularly if you like it. You have to let me know. I was thinking back to the time when I used to work on the psychic line, and the most common question I would get all the time was be about relationships. And they would be like, what is he thinking or feeling? And there's usually he, but it could be, he, she, whoever. So I thought, well, let's do a reading like that. For those of you that are interested in relationship, I'm going to break it down into 4 cards of earth sign energy. And then we're going to do, water, fire, air. So the earth signs are going to be Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And then the air signs are going to be Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. And then the fire signs are going to be Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. And then the, what's left, water signs, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. So we're going to start with the earth signs. So we're going to look at the pentacle. We're going to start throwing cards, and we're going to find that pentacle person, and we're going to look at the energy around them. I'm going to be tuning in psychically, so there may be some, specifics that apply to you or apply to you not, but hopefully you get a message. So I'm going to cut 3, and we're going to start with our earth signs, and we're going to find our court card. As always, there's no gender in these readings. Let's start up here. And we're just going to start putting out cards. I'm using my old Hanson Roberts for this. There's the Lovers, King of Cups. And we're going to look for the first earth sign. There it is. There it is. So this is going to be your earth sign interest person. Whether it's male or female or doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to go right here. And I may pull a lots of love. I'm going to grab my lots of love and we'll pull that out too since this is a love reading. Okay, so here is this King of Pentacles. This is your earth sign love interest person. Some of them have just come into a large sum of money. I feel like they may have gotten a buyout. Somebody has gotten a buyout or possibly gotten some sort of an inheritance. And they've got a large sum of money and a lot of people are coming around them. And I feel like for somebody out there, this person doesn't know who to trust. Like, are they my friend really, or are they just coming after me for their money? For some of you, this person comes with another person along the way, a younger person. So you may be dating somebody who has a child. This may be their child, or maybe it's a younger sibling or somebody that they look out for or look after. They're going to see this person all the way into adulthood. This Knight of Rods is going to turn into the King of Rods. So if this is something that you feel like you aren't going to, be able to handle, this extra thing, then, for some of you it might not work out. But overall, I do feel like it's a very positive thing because we do have this wish card here next to this thing. So this would be, people, I hear this all the time, like, oh, I don't want to date anybody who has kids, and then they do, and then like, oh, I love the kids, So, it's always, or I don't want to have kids, and then they do, and it's different. It's always different. You can't always relegate every single detail in every single relationship. For some of you, there's going to be some traveling going on. Some of you, if you're single, you may be meeting somebody while traveling, especially with this fire sign energy like Sagittarius, Jupiter. In the time of Leo even, we're going to be in the time of Leo here. You may be traveling, and I'm hearing traveling abroad. And these buildings in the background really quick got my eye. This is for somebody out there. And this would be like the kind of buildings, hopefully there, over here. That you would see maybe in Russia or, where there's those big, or even, I'm not sure where they have those types of buildings with the big rounded, the onion-topped, churches and buildings and temples and things like that. For some of you, if you're not planning on getting pregnant, be careful because that could definitely be a thing. Or if you're going on a trip, don't forget to take your birth control with you if you're not planning a pregnancy right now. Also, another thing is some of you are wanting to get pregnant, that could absolutely be the thing. And maybe if you've been trying to get pregnant for a long time, there's a star spirit of a child over here, that this could happen while you're traveling. You could, just because you're finally relaxed and not worried about it. And a lot of times people, you'll hear that, they're going to, they're trying, and then they just give up, and then boom, then they have babies right away. So it could be a situation like that. There's some kind of a major victory coming through, though, for something having to do with legal law or some kind of big money coup, and it's a wish come true. That's going to make this person very, very happy. All right, now let's go ahead and since there's so many fire, let's go right to the fire signs energy. So if you're involved or interested in a fire sign, or if you're a fire sign yourself, you could just look at this as the cards that are surrounding you. Let's go ahead and get into the fire signs, which is going to be Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, represented by the rods or wands. So we're just going to throw cards and we're going to find that fire sign energy. That's going to represent you as far as you're. I'm going to do them all upright for love or your love interest. Let's see here. Where's our fire sign energy at? It's air sign energy. There's the fire sign energy. So it doesn't matter if you're male or female, or the person you're interested in is male or female, or what they identify as. This is going to be the card that represents the fire sign and love energy for this time. Oh, I forgot to pull a lots of love for the last one as well. Maybe we'll skip that next time. If we do it again, I'll put the lots of love with it. Well, similar vibe about the baby energy. Whenever I get this card showing up right next to a person, this is that there's this baby energy. You know, somebody could turn up pregnant, so be careful about that. Showing up as the queen, so therefore, no matter what their gender, they are in a place of being in a more feminine, receptive mode, gentler, receptive, creative. These are all, you know, more in line with the feminine energy. This can also be, this can be the soul of a baby that is around someone, but this can also be, I'm going to get my little hearts. I looked up and my little hearts weren't on the screen. My little rose quartz heart card. But this could also be, back to what I was saying, that somebody, this is something where you have this, maybe you're dreaming about somebody, or you have this psychic communication, these unspoken, you know, communications going on, or you just kind of feel this vibe. If that kind of thing is going on, don't blow it off. Trust that energy, because that can tell us that this is a real thing that's really happening. There also is money, quite a bit of pentacle cards around. It doesn't look like a lot of gain, but it could be somebody, if you're single and looking, this could be somebody that you meet through work, or even on your commute to work. I often say this, you know, if work cards are showing up around love stuff, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a co-worker. It could be, well, when you go, you know, if you go to work, then you go to lunch here, or you stop here to get gas, or you stop this place or that place. You know, whereas if you weren't going to that job, you would never be in that part of town. You'd stop at these different, you know, so it could be things like that. But some of you could be like that. Some of you, there could be somebody that you would meet like in a bank or at the accountant's office, like an actual financial kind of institute, or paying your taxes or property tax or something even. You might meet somebody like that. Some of you are really kind of not sure. You're just like, you know, I've had enough of this. I don't think I really want to continue on like that. And whatever this cycle of suffering that you've been through, it looks like it's over. You've paid that due. And I'm looking up what the horn is pointing at here. It's pointing right here. There's an offer of love. So there's an offer of love on the table, potentially from this air sign person over here, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, who is very independent. You know, for some of you, this is somebody independent. You're just like, oh, I never thought. Or maybe they're younger than you. Or there's something about it, like, I never thought. I'm getting like, I never thought they'd be interested in me, but maybe they are going to be interested in you. If this is your fire sign person, they are dealing with a heavy load at work, so be understanding about that, because they're going through something. If they're not texting or not calling, it could be that, you know, they're just overwhelmed. They got a lot of stuff going on at work. I'm feeling like but it's not going to be like a forever thing. This is a cycle that will complete. So they're just like in their busy season, and they want to get really caught up so they could go on vacation, or you guys can go on vacation together, or, you know, there's some kind of thing that they're trying to wrap up. It's not going to be at this pace forever, this hard pace. It's gonna taper off, or maybe they're just trying to get everything done so they can go ahead and enjoy like a vacation or a travel thing that you're coming up with. But the biggest thing is, if you're having these dreams about somebody, realize that they're absolutely true. Well, I will pull lots of love, because this is a lots of love for a fire sign person. These are my thing that I designed, and it says rebel. Well, isn't that the thing? Isn't that, aren't our fire signs all rebels anyway? Aren't they all? Okay, fire signs. Let's go on to the next one, which is going to be water. I'll do fire and water. Fire and water must have made you their daughter. You got what it takes to make a grown man heartbreak. Alright, our water sign energy. This is going to be for their Scorpio, Cancers, and Pisces, whether it's you or your love interest, or if you're single, whatever the case might be. Alright, let's start right at the beginning. There's that same card there, fire Somebody's going to be meeting somebody at school. Okay, here you are. I have to zoom out a little bit. Because here you are showing up right away. You're showing up as the Knight of Cups. I do feel like learning, exploring, Knight and King. You could be meeting somebody that's really going to be with you for the long haul. If you're water sign energy or you're interested in a water sign person. Well, let's go if you're interested in a water sign person. They have stuff going on that you know nothing about. They've come a long way. They've gone from the Knight to the King. They've done a lot of growth and they've done a lot of spiritual outlooking. And they have a lot of friends too. Because I've got a lot of people around here, but it feels like it's friendships. They have a lot of friends, so if you're the jealous type, you got to cool your jets on that stuff, because it's not like they're trying to, they're not necessarily a player. And usually, I'll be honest, water signs usually aren't players, not usually. So they're not usually players, but they have a lot of friends, and they're involved with a lot of people, and they're very sociable. Now it's showing up, this came up first. So some of you, this could be somebody, if you're going through any kind of school, or even if your kids, because you've got the children card over here, if your kids are in school, this looks like kids over here to me, you may get a word, hey, we need you to volunteer at the bake sale, or can you come, this coach wants you to come to the game, or can you, bring cupcakes, or I keep picking up like cupcakes or bake sales or something, or bring cupcakes to the practice or whatever, and, say yes. Say yes, because you could meet somebody at some kind of a school function. Or this person that you're involved, that you're interested in, they may be a student in school, or they may be a coach or a teacher, or somebody that works with, in schools and children and teaching like that. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. Because it feels like you're looking over here like, well, they've got this young one by them. And again, gender doesn't matter. So none of this could all be different. It's not necessarily all males, okay? But it's like, oh, this young guy's there. Why would he ever look at me? I feel like I'm over here. I'm not worthy, blah, blah, blah. You're worthy. Don't go there, because your beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Just because don't compare yourself to anybody else, but also just because you think that they're so attractive, this person might not think they're so attractive. Maybe they think you're really attractive. Everybody's got different tastes. I heard what was that I heard? Something, darn it, I can't think. It'll come back to me. Somebody here is up for some big promotion too. So they're definitely on the brink of doing some big major career move here with this Emperor energy and this Hermit. They're in talks, or talks are being had for something to come through here, some kind of a big career move. So they may be a little, if you're in a long-term relationship, they may be a little distracted. There's potential for a long-term relationship here, though. When you've got a Knight and a King, this is somebody who you could be with for a long haul. Knight and a King indicates years, time passing years. But also this Two of Cups here, this indicates that this is really a partnership that could last well into the future. They've got a lot of friends and they've got a lot of business associates. You've got to tone, somebody's out there is very jealous. You got to tone that down. Take that down a notch, or many notches. Because this person is not, as the King, they are very forthright. They are very secure in their own sexuality and their own emotional. They know who they are. It's all good stuff here. They're not a child. They're a grown up, and they've got grown up things to do. Okay, they've got grown up. They're running a business, or they're being involved in some kind of big merger. Or, there's things going on here. And this feels like, for some of them, could be some kind of a lawyer too. But I don't feel like it's a court case. This feels more like, well, merger keeps coming to mind. So somebody out there, this is some kind of a merger or a buyout or a merger. And this guy might be somebody a guy or girl that might be somebody that, and this person is going to be stressed out for a little bit, maybe till we get to the time of air, till we get to the time of Libra. But, so it might be through Virgo and Libra time through September, into, during September, this is finally all going to iron out, and then they're going to be free. We've got a couple of 9s here right together too, so I'm not sure. 3 9s, so 9 could be, important number for somebody. All right, so last but not least, I forgot to do the lots of love. These lots of loves is a thing that it's a divination. There's a whole there's a bunch of them. And you can just do this sitting around at home, just grab them and read them. That one said outgoing. Okay. Now let's go ahead, last but not least, and do for our air sign people. And this is for if you're involved with an air sign and you're interested in an air sign, which is Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or you yourself are an air sign and are out there looking for love. When I said looking for love, I heard looking for love in all the wrong places. So that's a message out there for somebody. You know, I used to see that all the time when I worked in the bars. You know, these people would come in, these girls, and they'd be crying to me. Oh, yeah, you know, it's like, oh, I met him and we were so happy, but now he's in the bar every night running around. Well, where'd you meet him? In the bar running around. You know, leopard doesn't change his spot. Okay, we're looking for air sign energies here. We've got a soulmate with the earth sign energy. But we're looking for our air sign energy. Some of you, if you are the air sign, you might be involved in the earth sign. There could have been something that started back in Taurus time. Started in Taurus, going to go on through to Virgo. That's also spring and fall. What's that expression? A May-December romance. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Well, here you are. Here's the subject of the reading, the significator. Showing up right next to the air sign, but to the tower. So this air sign energy is really, there's some explosive things going. There's a lot of heartbreak over some earth sign. It showed up right at the very beginning. There was the soulmate with the earth sign, and then it looks like over here we've got this heartbreak and they're breaking up, and then look at, you know, we've got the Nine of Swords over here, the earth sign again, and then we've got this tower energy. So somebody, this air sign person really came through a big mess, you know, big horrible breakup, some kind of horrible loss. For some people out there, they could have even have lost their spouse to, you know, death. Again, the gender doesn't matter. For somebody out there, something happened with this spouse too, though, where they were incapacitated. They might be like in a coma, or you know, have Alzheimer's, or it's like they're just not even, and this person just feels really, really obligated to them, even though the soul of the actual lover is gone. That's a real specific thing for somebody out there. They're feeling like really obligated, like, well, I can't get married again because I'm still married to this, you know, even though they're in a coma, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I want to say, if you're interested in this air sign person and you're looking at it like, oh, I don't know, they got a lot of shit going on here, I don't know about this tower, I don't know if I want to, really on guard about it, like, I don't want to mess with this. Give it a break, because you do have lovers, you do have star, you do have Ten of Cups, you do have the Judgment card pointing straight up at the Ten of Cups over here. That's really beautiful energy. You do have the Temperance card. These are all very high spiritual love cards, you know. So there, and this is talking about that they're, whatever this karmic thing that they had to go through, the karmic lesson has been paid and they're free to move on. And then I always look at, what is this point? It points right at that Ten of Cups. So they're totally capable of being in a healthy, happy relationship. Yes, they are. Everybody, you know, after a certain age, you're not going to find anybody who hasn't been through something like this, who hasn't been through a divorce, who hasn't been through, you know, some kind of big relationship stuff, you know. So there's some baggage, but they're not really, they're ready to start anew. But I feel like you're looking at it. And I also feel like there could be gossip. I'm picking up gossip. Don't go to the gossip. Lead with your heart. Feel with your heart. Talk to them directly. Don't be in the gossip like, oh, I heard I heard his wife left him, or I heard this and that. It's just no, get out of that mess. And even if that stuff is true, that's not going to be an ongoing factor, you know. This is where we're leading to. That was some karmic cycle they had to go through, or potentially you had to go through if this is you. But, you know, that's some stuff they had to go through. They might not be out of it. Maybe they're in the middle of an ugly divorce. That could be true for some people too. They might be in the middle of a big ugly divorce. But there's, you know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's, you know, they're showing me the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's not worth, don't bypass it just because there could be some, you know, loose ends they got to tie up, I guess. That's what I'm really saying. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab lots of love. Childish. Well, you know, in the childish, I feel it's like when I was picking up these other people. Oh, talking. I don't get the childish vibe off of this person at all. Even though they are showing as a knight, so that doesn't mean that they're not fully realized into a king. They still have some growth to go. But I'm not picking up childish. I'm picking up that there's childish stuff going on. Or maybe, you know, sometimes during a divorce, childish stuff goes down. People get crazy and I don't even watch any of this crap. I don't watch 1 minute of it. But it's like back with the OJ trial. I didn't watch 1 minute of that OJ trial, but I knew everything that was going on because you just can't escape it. But I'm thinking of the recent thing with the Johnny Depp thing. You know, they were pooping in each other's beds or whatever, you know. So normally sane people can get through, you know, get into doing crazy shit when you're going through a past, you know, this divorce stuff can make you do childish stuff. Which I would say pooping in somebody's bed is definitely childish. But I'm not judging. I don't care. It's none of my business, and I don't want to hear about it. But anyways, back to this. All right, so everybody, this is the, these are the, you know, what are they thinking, feeling, love readings. So I might start doing them semi-regularly. If you guys like them, you'll have to let me know. If not, it's no big deal. Nothing, 20 minutes of my time. But if you do like it, I'll continue doing them. So definitely let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and everything. Thanks so much. Have a great month of August, everybody. Talk to you again soon.